Welcome guys to the second episode of Dream Fights. I'm your host, the J-Punk. Now Dream Fights is where I take two characters who would not even fight each other, and I put them against each other, and I analyze their weapons, powers, allies, strategy, and fighting style to see who would win if these two characters fought. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the second fight in Dream Fights is the Halloween slasher Michael Myers, who is also known as the babysitter slasher. He will go up against the man who was born into a cannibalistic backwoods family from Texas, Leatherface, also known as Bubba Sawyer Jr. Now, these two characters are, I really want to say horror movie icons, because a horror movie icon is like Frankenstein or Dracula or the Wolfman. These two are horror movie slasher icons. They are in horror, but they belong in the slasher horror genre. You know, the same genre as Freddy and Jason. You know, and also like Saw and those kind of films. And Hostel, you know. So if these two fought, if Michael Myers versus Leatherface fought, who would win? Well, let's take a look at their weapons and powers. Now, contrary to popular belief, Michael Myers is not immortal. If you watch like the original, because John Carpenter, he originally intended for Michael Myers to die in number 3. I mean, in number 2. And he wanted the Halloween series to go on a little different. He wanted it to be an anthology series, so each movie followed a different story, that followed different characters and different story, but still had Halloween in the title, kind of thing. But Michael Myers got so popular that he automatically came back. And that was where the whole Cult of Thorn storyline came. And the, can't remember his niece, I can't remember her name at the moment, but the reason why he could not die is because he was being kept alive by the Cult of Thorn. So, but those movies are not in the same continuity anymore, because they're not considered in the same continuity as the original source material. So, Michael Myers is mortal. Okay, he's mortal. And his main weapon is a very large kitchen knife. He's been also, like, shown to use other sort of knives, like anything he can really use that he can grab, he'll use it. But his main weapon is a knife. Now, for Leatherface, again, he's mortal. And his main weapon is a chainsaw. And automatically people will say, like, a kitchen knife chainsaw. I'm going with the kitchen knife, bitch! Leatherface's weapons is a chainsaw, and he's been shown to use a gun, an axe, and it's mostly like a gun and an axe, but it's his main weapon is a chainsaw, and he's been also shown to use a hammer, or a cleaver, you know. But if I had to choose who gets the edge in weapons, I would say the one who gets the edge in weapons is Leatherface. The reason why is because just a chainsaw, a gun, and an axe, and a cleaver, like, those things can trump over Michael Myers' knife any day. So the edge for weapons and powers go to Leatherface. Let's move on to Column 2, allies. Now, Heiko Myers. Like I said before, I'm not going with the Cult of Thorn continuity, so, and quite frankly, I don't think the Cult of Thorn are really that powerful. Like, the leader is a old man who just does spells kind of thing. And, there's not really any other big guys in the Cult of Thorn except for Heiko Myers. So, since I'm not going with that, the only ally that Michael Myers has is his main enemy, which is Dr. Samuel Loomis. And that's like the only ally he has, but I don't really think he'd be much help. While Leatherface has his family, like his entire clan. He has his father, his mother, he has his older brother, Don? Like the cook, Don, I think his name is. He has the hitchhiker, he has Chop Top. Like, he has his entire clan. And if Michael Myers and Leatherface fought with their allies, without a doubt the edge goes straight to Leatherface because of every single person he has in there. And the thing that Chop Top is a war veteran really puts them higher than Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis. So the edge for allies, without question, goes again straight to Leatherface. Now, column 3, strategy. You know, this is another one that is no question. Okay, let's go with Leatherface. Leatherface is basically a giant child. He is mentally challenged. He has the mind of a baby. And he only does what he does because his family tells him what to do. So he can't really think for himself. And even though like his family could be really smart people, I still say the edge goes to Heiko Myers. Here's the reason why. In my view, this is just my opinion. The entire silent slasher villains, like, I think Heiko Myers is the smartest out of all of them. He would use stealth, like he would use anything at his disposal to use as a strategy. And he does that in his movies. If you watch the Halloween movies, you can tell he's planning all this out. He's thinking all this out as he goes. And I think that would really keep Leatherface and his family on their toes, because Michael Myers would just come up with things as he's doing it. Like, he'll just sneak up on them, or he'll hide somewhere, then pop out and kill them, you know what I mean? So the edge for strategy goes to Heiko Myers. Now the final column is fighting style. So column 4, fighting style. The fighting style here, I would have to say, goes... You know, the fighting style between these two characters are very similar. They're like, the slasher villains, a lot of their fighting styles are really similar. Like, they're both very brute strength. They're both, like, just, like, go in head first. Like that, just, like, hack and slash fighting. Just hack, slash, garbage, you know, like, just blood everywhere. Just take no prisoners fighting style. And, I would have to say, between these two characters, I would have to say, because who I think would had the edge in the fighting style, it would be Michael Myers. Here's the reason why. Because Michael Myers has, like, I think he's quicker, a little bit more quicker than Leatherface is, and he's smarter. And I think he'll also be able to tire him out. Like, if like Leatherface is a pretty big guy, and Michael Myers would be able to use that to his advantage, because Michael Myers, like, besides the Rob Zombie film, Michael Myers in the original 2 films, he's a regular sized guy. Maybe like around 6 feet. You know, like he's a bit skinny and all that. Like, that's why the Rob Zombie one just makes him like a big hulking fuck-off monster. But in the original films, he was very much a just a normal guy, just a normal psychopath. While Leatherface is more taller, but he's bigger. Therefore, he's also smaller, and he's not, like, I'm not saying because he's big, he's not smart, but just the thing that he is not smart. And I think Michael Myers will be able to just use his more quickness, his more agile body to fight back and just give Leatherface a bunch of attacks and just drive him back. So I would say the fighting style, even though they're both very similar, the fighting style edge goes to Michael Myers. So here we have a tie right now. So like weapons and allies, they go straight to Leatherface. Then the strategy and fighting style, they go to Michael Myers. And who has the final say who's going to win? Yours truly. I would say, you know, that you guys, this is a pretty even fight so far. Pretty even fight. I would say the person who would win the fight between Michael Myers and Leatherface is Michael Myers. Here's the reason why. Michael Myers would, like, it's really simple. Even though, like, he would get hurt, like, this would be a really even fight. Like, he would get injured, of course. He'll get bloodied. He'll get all that. But the 2 things that Michael Myers has over Leatherface is his strategy and fighting style. And I think, like, he'll be able to kill off each of the family members one by one before getting straight to Leatherface. And I think, and like, it's because, like, with Leatherface without his family, he's just kind of like an angry kid, and I'm sure he will still hurt him. But I think Michael Myers, because he's smarter and he's quicker, he's more agile, I think that Michael Myers will be able to beat Leatherface if they ever fought. So the person who would win between Michael Myers versus Leatherface is Michael Myers. Well, that's the second dream fight. I don't know how long I really gone for. I can't tell. It looks like 13, 14 minutes, I think. I don't know. But, yeah, so that's the second dream fight. I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, comment who you think who would win. Like, if you want to, comment if you think who would win. Comment if you think I'm wrong. Like, if you like this video, like it. If you want to subscribe. I would much appreciate it. Do what you want, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in a Voice of Punk with my review of Honey Night Raw. Bye, guys.